Hello everyone and welcome to the Exit Ticket program. Now many of you have perhaps gone through the Freedom Ticket program inside of the Helium 10 software suite where we teach you how to build an e-commerce business from scratch. However, in Exit Ticket, we're showing you exactly how to build that business to be ready for exit, or in other words, how to build a business ready to eventually sell.
We are super excited to offer this program, and we'd like to share some initial information about the program before you get started. The first question you might ask is, why did we decide to put this whole thing together?
Well, the first reason is because exit is one of the most important economic impacts for you as a business owner, and it's usually the largest economic event for your business. But many sellers don't feel it's achievable because they don't know a lot about it.
When we researched the market, there's a lot of basic information out there. For example, topics such as what buyers or aggregators value most, but there's a lack of truly advanced educational materials on the topic.
Helium 10's history and mission is to not only provide great tools to help sellers succeed, but also to be a thought leader in the subjects that matter most to our customers and also the industry. So we decided if we're going to offer a program on the topic of how to exit your business, our objective is going to be to provide the most advanced level of knowledge this subject matter requires. Now, when deciding this, I for one thought immediately of a small problem. Carrie, any ideas what that is?
The fact that maybe you've never exited an Amazon business yourself, could that be it?
Bingo. From day one, I've never wanted to be one of those guys who tries to teach something that I personally have never done myself or I don't know too much about. So Carrie, what did we decide to do to rectify this situation?
As we usually do, we decided to find the experts on the subject matter, and that led us to decide to partner with Northbound Group, who is the recognized leader in the industry and handles transactions of all sizes, from basic transactions all the way to complex 8- and 9-figure deals. In addition, the leadership team here at Helium 10 had personal experience seeing the quality of Northbound Group, as they were the advisor for the original founders of Helium 10, Manny and Guy, when they had their own exit from Helium 10, which is pretty cool.
Yep. And finally, Northbound's mission is different than a traditional broker or investment banking firm. Their mission is to help sellers first maximize the value of their company and then consider exit options. We were interested in not just outlining the exit, but also the entire process to follow to give you the best chance to achieve a premium exit.
The content in this program does exactly that. If you're not ready to exit right now, that's perfectly fine. In our opinion, you should still go through the program because it will show you how to best prepare for the event in the future. And with that, we'd like to introduce to you some of the members of the Northbound team that will be leading us through the program. Hello, Jamie, Danielle, and Scott. So great to have you here with us today. Before we get started on the program itself, can you do a brief introduction of your backgrounds and the role that you play at Northbound Group?
Absolutely. Hello, I'm Scott. I started my Amazon business actually in 2013 and formed Northbound Group in 2016 with the mission to help Amazon and other e-commerce entrepreneurs get really what they deserve from an exit. An exit's your biggest payday. You put all of your work into building a successful business, and I want to make sure that we're here to help you get a premium exit. Prior to Northbound, I completed my own first exit approximately 20 years ago. And that was the first time I knew I wanted to help other entrepreneurs exit. It was when the money was wired to me on my first account, and I knew I had to help other people. The short version of the story is that I tried to do it myself and I failed. Then I met my mentor, Terry, and business partner today, and he showed me the way to get a premium valuation. And in 18 months, we were able to achieve an exit for more than 3 times the original deal that I negotiated on my own. The minute that happened, I realized that without knowing the process of getting a premium exit, I would have left literally millions of dollars on the table. And that began the thought to not have that happen to other entrepreneurs. This program is literally the result of that inspiration combined with now 20 years of doing strategic transactions and 10 years in the e-commerce and Amazon ecosystem. In addition to leading Northbound overall, I'm responsible for leading the transaction side of our business with our large clients, and I also lead what's called the innovative transactions segment of our business.
All right, Danielle, can you introduce yourself now?
Yes, hi, I'm Danielle Nash, Vice President at Northbound. I'm part of the client advisory team with a heavy focus on financial analysis and forecasting. I've been with Northbound for almost 3 years now. My background includes 20 years of experience in the financial services industry, servicing both large institutional clients as well as high net worth individuals. For my previous roles at Ernst & Young, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, and other wealth management firms, they have fueled my passion for helping clients achieve both their personal and financial goals. In addition, I have 5 years of experience as an Amazon seller myself, which definitely helps me understand and appreciate the mindset of our client base.
All right. Jamie, what about you?
Hi, I'm Jamie Davidson. My role at Northbound is really to lead the charge with the growth of our larger sellers that are looking to achieve the premium exit that Scott referred to earlier, as well as SaaS providers, SaaS software, and tech-enabled services that all support Amazon businesses to also help the growth of those companies as well, also looking to achieve that premium exit as well too. Prior to Northbound, I have a long history in the e-com space. Part of an exit of a large Amazon business. We surpassed the 9-figure mark at over 2,000 SKUs. I've been selling on Amazon for close to a decade and helped a lot of people in the industry as well to growth. Prior to all that too, also have a lot of strategic finance experience working in the space as well as the private equity space before I got into the e-commerce space.
Great. Thank you guys so much for those introductions. Scott, so why don't you give us your initial thoughts regarding the program?
Sure. Okay, everyone. So we're super excited to be leading this with Helium 10 in partnership with them. And above all else, whether you use Northbound or whether you use another advisor to help you with a transaction, it's our overriding mission to make sure that every seller understands as fully as possible what their exit could look like before they complete the deal. And we call this at Northbound an eyes wide open exit. Once you understand the exit process, we can then progress to what we call the path to a premium exit. And the problem is if you don't follow that path, many sellers will build their businesses without an exit in mind and then decide one day, oh, I'd like to sell and go to market. And unfortunately, there's a number of reasons why that approach will ensure that you simply will not get what you deserve when you actually go to exit.
So then what approach would actually be better to do?
Yeah, so the way that we think about the path to a premium exit is it's a multi-step process to solve the challenge of just waking up one day and exiting. Step one is you have to maximize the value of your company before you even go to market. Create uplift in the business and positive momentum, and what we'll talk about in the program are the core pillars of valuation. That not only increases the valuation you receive, but frankly, it increases the likelihood that you're going to get a transaction closed at all. So that's step one. Step two is understanding what is your optimal range of valuation, but maybe even more importantly, what's the right structure of your deal that you should go with before you go to market. It's critical to understand the trade-offs between various deal points such as cash at closing, how much do you want to put on an earnout, do you want to do something called rolled equity, which we'll explain, and other types of things. And then third, once you've identified those, you need to follow a strategic transaction process that we'll be outlining in modules 5 to 7 that's been specifically developed to help you get the maximum projected value while minimizing the risk that you're bearing in your transaction. And then finally, in this program, we're going to learn what we call the concept of an exit is not just as simple as you build a company and then you sell 100% of it. There's a number of different options, or we call exit lanes, that you can do. And they'll include things like selling 100% of your business for cash up front, all the way through things like selling 50% of your business today, or maybe even selling a minority interest to your business. And so what we really want to focus on in the program is designing the right exit for the right type of business and business owner needs. And what this all adds up to is an advanced program specifically focused on what we call your biggest payday.
All right, now I don't know about you, Carrie, but there are already some terms and vocabulary that Scott was mentioning that I'm not even sure what they mean.
Yeah, don't worry. We're going to go over all of that during the program.
That's really good to know. So thanks so much for that detailed walkthrough of the whole process. So let's talk a little bit now about some of the Helium 10 goals that we wanted for the program. From our other successful programs, such as Freedom Ticket, we wanted to combine the following: advanced content, real-life interactions with people who have been there, done that, specific takeaways, resources to help you, and a Q&A to get your questions answered.
Yes, we're pleased that the program not only provides advanced content, but also specific action items, an accompanying workbook, and other resources.
So can you tell us how the program is organized?
Yes, so it's separated into 7 modules. We've organized the modules into 3 phases. First, the build it right phase, then the scale phase, and finally the exit phase. Each module has advanced content from Northbound. Each module has interviews with industry leaders as well as sellers that have been through the experience before. The program has a detailed workbook for you to follow along with that helps you understand the process. The program has an example company similar to Project X, but a fictional company where we show you step by step the path to a premium eyes wide open exit. And finally, each module provides specific action items listings for you to implement the path to a premium exit.
Now, when I invite guests onto the Serious Sellers podcast, I love having people on who talk about subjects that I know very little about, since I'm able to learn right along with all of the listeners that we have. Now, I feel like this is going to be something very similar to that, since I'm going to learn a lot myself from this program, and who knows, might inspire me to take one of the Project X or Project 5K brands and possibly set those up for exit. Now, Jamie, any last words of wisdom for us here?
So don't worry if it's a bit overwhelming. This does take a lot of time to absorb, and it's designed that way over weeks, months, when you need it and when it's ready. I know this from my own experience from selling and learning and helping other people in the space. So be patient with yourself. There's a lot of great information that's really valuable, and we'll help you get there through the process.
Yeah, that's absolutely right, Jamie. I think the most important thing to do is to go through the program, complete the action items, even if they seem simple or if they might not seem relevant to you right now. Trust us, they are. And remember, the payoff at the end of the rainbow is a 7-figure or 8-figure exit, so you're going to want to put the appropriate amount of effort into making that happen. And lastly, let's have fun and enjoy this journey together. We're all here to help.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to learn. Once again, welcome to Exit Ticket. We'll see you in Module 1.